I used to be a typical high school student. I, like most guys, used to regularly watch porn and jerk off. It had become a habit. Even though I didn't realize it at the time, porn, masturbation, and orgasm had become a major addiction for me. It became my way of relaxing and feeling better when I was anxious. You're stressed out after a hard day at school? If you jerk off, it will make you feel better. You're tired and want to sleep? If you jerk off, it will make you feel better. You're angry by the fact that women continue to ignore you? You'll feel better if you just jerk away. PMO quickly established itself as my go-to site for everything. Something started to change as I began to jerk off more often. I became deaf. It was as though my brain's sensory input had been turned off. Nothing seemed to make me happy anymore, except for porn. It had been the highlight of my day. I had no clue that I was destroying my brain by destroying my dopamine receptors. This isn't melodramatic in the least. A growing corpus of research has connected pornography to anything from moderate melancholy to premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction. Our brains were not intended to be exposed to such massive hyperstimulation, as scientists refer to it, whether we like it or not. In a matter of minutes, your brain isn't designed to take in hundreds of high-definition videos of Sasha Grey, Alexis Texas, and Asa Akira. Your brain's chemicals are really being overworked. The majority of people are unaware that neurotransmitters are the most important resource in your brain. They control everything you do, from getting up in the morning to going to sleep at night. You're interfering with the chemicals in your brain that control your happiness, motivation, and confidence by viewing porn. One of these neurotransmitters is dopamine, which is the one that porn targets. Because it is mainly essential for motivation and is produced in large bursts after finishing a major task, dopamine is also known as the reward neurotransmitter. Several severe medicines have been developed to target this neurotransmitter circuit. To put it another way, you are motivated to accomplish things while your dopamine levels are high. When you go to the gym and break those personal records, you'll receive a huge dopamine high. Your dopamine levels soar when you make your first $1 million online. It's your brain's way of rewarding and motivating you. Take a minute to think about it. How can you ever overcome a big life barrier, get more power, or improve your physical strength if you don't have the motivation to do so? You can't do it if you're addicted to dopamine. Don't put off achieving greatness any longer. Nofap will help every man on a physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual basis. As a consequence, we've put together a list of 7 life-altering benefits of not using a FAP. After you've completed watching this video, you may create a no-FAP challenge for yourself. 1. A boost in energy. I found that I had a lot more energy when I initially began no-FAP and not just a little bit more. There's a lot more I'm talking about. I began to feel like a much better guy, one who was no longer addicted to dopamine. I was less tired if I didn't get enough sleep. At the end of the day, I was no longer tired. I got a sudden surge of energy to get things done. It was as if all of the sexual energy had been directed into more noble pursuits. This is one of the most common no-FAP benefits that guys come across. What is the reason behind this? Because your life force isn't drained indefinitely. This is definitely one of the most useful features of no-FAP that I've found so far. A high libido is present in the majority of successful men. Is it any surprise, therefore, that no-FAP allows you to get more energy out of your libido? Sigmund Freud used the word sublimation to describe the act of diverting one's sexual desire into productive pursuits. No-FAP has made this feasible. 2. A boost in motivation. It's no secret that sex is one of the most powerful motivators for men. We all want to have sex with beautiful ladies, which motivates us to put in more effort. When you see a gorgeous woman, it motivates you to work hard and become excited. Don't you think that if you're not constantly jerking off, you'll be more motivated to have sex with real women in the real world? Clearly, it does. After just a week of no-FAP, I found that I was a lot more motivated to accomplish my goals. Instead of sitting around jerking off and playing video games all day, I wanted to do something helpful. That is, by the way, another benefit of no-FAP. You'll become aware of how much meaningless crap is there in your life and will begin to remove it. You cease valuing instant gratification and pleasure above your long-term well-being. 3. Increased amounts of testosterone. According to recent study, men who jerk off have lower testosterone levels, and not just a little, but a lot lower testosterone levels. Masturbation and ejaculation seem to lower testosterone levels substantially. No-FAP increased testosterone by 145%, according to researchers from Hangzhou Normal College's Department of Life Science. From the 2nd to the 5th day of abstinence, testosterone levels changed relatively little, according to the researchers. Serum testosterone, on the other hand, hit a new high of 145.7% on the 7th day of abstinence. It seems that getting to the 7-day mark is the key. When you achieve the week-long streak, your testosterone levels will rise. I've seen this for myself after abstaining from porn and masturbation. As we all know, testosterone has many benefits, therefore you want to get as much of it as possible. This is where no-FAP can help. 4. A sense of confidence that is comparable to that of God of War. Maybe it's the increased testosterone, But I felt a lot more confident after starting Nofap. Part of this is due to the testosterone, but it's also likely due to a significant increase in self-esteem. Consider this: if you spend your whole day jerking off, how can you possibly feel confident? You'd never do anything like that. By jerking off to internet porn and sitting about like a goddamn loser, you're wasting your life. Once you start practicing Nofap, you'll see how foolish this lifestyle is, and you'll be able to walk out into the real world with confidence. 5. Feeling of an alpha male. Another benefit I saw was that ladies were considerably more interested in me than they had been before. I was getting signals of interest from all over the country. Every woman seemed to want to connect with me on a sexual or emotional level. Something about Nofap gives ladies the impression that you're a highly prolific guy. I'm not sure whether it's via subconscious body language or anything else, but trust me when I say it works. I remember standing in line at my campus lunch hall in college, and ladies couldn't keep their eyes away from me. When one girl eyed me up and down for a whole 30 seconds, it seemed like something out of a pornographic film. But don't take my word for it, give Nofap a 30-day trial and see for yourself how beneficial some of these features may be. 6. Mental clarity. The mental clarity that Nofap offers is one of its most advantageous features. Consider this: people utilize testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, to enhance their mental sharpness as they age. So, wouldn't it seem reasonable that practicing Nofap would help you think more clearly? Of course, it would, and it does. All of my goals become crystal clear when I do Nofap. I don't spend my days worrying about rubbish. Instead, I'm laser focused on my objectives and the actions necessary to get them. 7. No more premature orgasm. Another benefit of Nofap is that it allows you to last longer in bed. This is due to a combination of factors, including enhanced physical energy, testosterone levels, and focus, as well as something else. When you jerk off to porn, you train your brain to come as soon as possible. You're after that coming sexual pleasure, and you'd want to get your hands on it as quickly as possible. As a consequence, when you have sex with a real woman, your brain is wired to make it happen as soon as possible. Obviously, this is something that the vast majority of men hate. We want to be able to entice a woman to come while having a good time. As a consequence, if you stop training your brain to come as soon as possible by viewing porn, you will be able to hold your orgasm for a far longer period of time.